Hello there, Homeschool Nolan here to help you navigate learning in the digital age. Well, it's that time of year again when colleges and universities have already begun or are about to begin notifying high school seniors across the country and around the world whether they were accepted. If you're a high school senior who has already got into a college of your choice, congratulations! You have much to be proud of. Your hard work over the past 4+ years has paid off. But if you didn't get into the school of your choice, I'd like to take some time today to offer some words of encouragement and perspective on where to go from here. But don't worry, I'm not going to try to sugarcoat your disappointment by saying it really doesn't matter that you didn't get into a particular school. The fact is, you worked very hard these past 4+ years to achieve a difficult goal, and you came up short. And this is probably the first major disappointment you've experienced in your young life. That said, there's absolutely no shame or embarrassment if you didn't get into one of those top-tier colleges. Just the other night, the president of my alma mater, Princeton, came to town to speak to a gathering of alumni. During that gathering, he revealed that out of the over 30,000 applicants Princeton received last year, he said that about 18,000 of those applicants were good enough that if you were to swap out any of the admitted applicants with one of those 18,000, you wouldn't really notice any difference. So in other words, there's absolutely no reason to feel bad about yourself if you didn't get into, say, Harvard, Princeton, Yale, or Stanford. Sometimes it really just comes down to luck as to whether or not you get in, and you have no control over it. And keep in mind that your life is just beginning. You very likely have at least 80 more years to go on this earth. I say 80 because with modern medical technology getting better and better, an 18-year-old today has a very good chance of living to 100 years old and seeing the 22nd century. How you respond to the disappointment of today of not getting into a school can set the tone of how you handle many other disappointments that are sure to come as you go through life in the years ahead. And I predict that as soon as you start classes this fall at one of your backup schools and meet new friends and familiarize yourself in a new campus environment, you will quickly forget about the schools that you didn't get into. So instead of focusing on the colleges that didn't accept you, now is the time to start focusing on the schools that did accept you, and particularly on the one that you will be attending this fall. And one more suggestion. Start preparing for what you want to do 4 years from now. Just as you spent the last 4 years working hard to put together the perfect college application, now is the time to start preparing for what you want to do when you graduate from college 4 years from now. I know, you're still very young and you may not have yet decided what you want to do in life. But keep in mind that getting into a good college today is no longer a guarantee that the world will be waiting for you when you graduate. Competition for top jobs or graduate programs right out of college is fiercer than ever. You've probably heard stories of recent college grads stuck with enormous student debt and unable to find decent jobs. Hence, you should plan your college years much like you planned your high school years, choosing wisely classes and extracurricular activities with the goal in mind of what you want to do 4 years from now. And this might actually be easier if you didn't get into one of those top-tier colleges. I say this based on my experience. Now, I certainly have no regrets of having gone to Princeton. I remain grateful to have gotten in. But the challenge I had at Princeton was that I was surrounded by so many people who were smarter than me that I ended up being a B student. This made it a little harder for me to compete against my classmates for the best jobs and graduate programs during my senior year. I sometimes wonder if I had gone to, say, a less competitive and easier school, how different my first few years out of college might have been. But of course, I will never know for sure. But if you yourself were not able to get into one of those top schools like an MIT or Stanford, and feel like you're going into a less competitive school, try now to use it to your advantage by being the best at wherever you are going. I wish you the best of luck wherever you are going to college this fall. And again, if you didn't get into the college of your choice, it's okay to take some time to ponder and reflect. But remember, you have many decades of life ahead of you. The worst thing you could do now is allow a college admissions committee who has never met you in person to define your happiness and success in life. Only you can control your own happiness and sense of purpose. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.